going on? Sergeant Willie Pete's voice being canceled is not new to me. I'm going to talk about Diary of a Tired Black Man, that documentary that I guess is out on DVD. That movie was supposed to come out on the major screen, right? It was supposed to be in everybody's movie theater across the U.S. I waited for it, but I actually saw the movie almost 2 years ago. I saw it, I'm not going to say how I saw it, but I saw the documentary about, a year and 9 months ago. I don't want to implicate myself here on YouTube, but I saw it. And I was waiting for it to come out simply because, hopefully this sparks a debate in terms of what's going on. But it never came out. So I look at that situation, looking at what happened to Willie Pete's situation, and it tells black men that America doesn't want our voice. Now, America is quick to talk about how they want the input of black men, right? Articulate black men. But whenever they get a chance, they don't do so. If they want a white male's perspective, they know who they want to talk to. They know where to go exactly. But we act like, not even us, but society acts like articulate black men are just such a myth that no one can define them. But they know where we are, but it's almost as if they don't want to hear our voice. Because they know what we're going to talk about. They know what's going on in terms of the black community. Black women know what's going on in terms of the black community. In terms of politics. Just in terms of everything that's going on in America. Right? But nobody wants our viewpoint on it. Because it's going to be almost automatically politically incorrect. That's why I ask black women to have an open ear when they hear us speak. Because most of the stuff that's going to come out of our mouths is going to be politically incorrect. It is what it is. Why would you expect anything to come out of my mouth that's going to be pleasing for everybody to hear, given all the shit that's happened to black people throughout the last 300, 400 years? Why would anybody assume that anything that's going to come out of my mouth is going to be politically correct? So you have Obama now, and everybody loves Obama. Why? He's a great dude. He has a great personality. He's just a likable dude. But they know he can't say anything politically incorrect. Even when he's trying to be politically incorrect, he is still being politically correct, because of the nature of his job. So his mouth is already filtered. Especially after what happened to him on Jay Leno, where he accidentally made that comment about the Special Olympics. And I saw it when it happened. I was watching it when they aired it, and I knew what was already going to happen. And the next day, sure enough, it was everywhere. Oh, he slipped up. So even after that, they know that they're going to have to increase the filter on everything that comes out of Obama's mouth, because he can't be politically incorrect. And that's the fear. So let's go back to A Diary of a Tired Black Man. Right? Even looking at the movie, right, the documentary, it was underfunded, as you can see, and it was mainly this dude, and peace be with that dude for even having the foresight and the balls and the resources to do such a film. But already you knew it wasn't backed by any major film finance company, or I don't even know how they do it. But Tyler Perry and all the other black women can, of course, put out their propaganda movies, and they're heavily funded. Heavily funded. Right? Or at least relative compared to what this man got to do his movie. Why? Why is that? Because America doesn't want our point of view. They don't want the harsh realities of what's going on in the black community. And for whatever reason, the women don't want to be raw, right? The women don't want to, go forth and be politically incorrect. I'm not going to attack them, right? I'm not about that. But white America is more comfortable putting a microphone or putting a spotlight on black women because black women aren't going to ruffle anybody's feathers, right? I look at them as almost being like a domesticated type of wild cat, while black men are wild. And everybody knows that we're wild, so they stay away from us. They want to act like they want the raw black male perspective. Oh, we want to know what's going on. What you guys have to say. How do you feel? We have to grow. But they don't want to hear it. Why? If we're speaking bullshit, if Willie Pete is speaking bullshit, if other black men are speaking bullshit, then let a fool be a fool. Let us make a fool out of ourselves. That will shut us up. That's my philosophy. Let Willie Pete run his mouth all day. Why silence him? Why? Because there's truth in there. Whenever you have truth that you don't want to admit to yourself, you turn it away. You get mad. You get angry. No. It's like I picture Willie Pete and other black men along the lines of the scene in Star Wars where Darth Vader told Luke that he was his father. And Luke was screaming, right? That's how, I kind of view this whole situation. You want to know the truth? Here's the truth. But people don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. Oprah has all this power and influence. She can put on some articulate black men. She won't do it. We know Tyra won't. But she had that one episode where we all remember where the dude was like, y'all want the Tupac with the degree. And that black woman sat down and they just moved on. They didn't even, do any follow up on that statement. And Tyra probably got chewed out for allowing that to happen. Never again are we going to put on any sort of articulate black dude. And I could keep going on different black male voices that I've seen on TV that don't cut it, that fit into what I'm talking about, right? If people are curious, I want to know more. But I'm going to leave it right there. So at the end of the day, with YouTube, Daily Motion, and all the other media outlets, our voice is going to get out. We're marking a younger generation. I'm young. Willie Pete's young. All the other men on YouTube are young. And we're on the come up. And we don't want to put anybody down. That's not our point. We just want to put our voice out there. We're not trying to put down black women. If somebody puts a microphone in my face, the first thing that's not going to come out of my mouth is, oh my gosh, black women are doing X, Y, and Z. There are so many other things that I'd rather talk about. The first thing that I would talk about would be more so about education. Knowing my background, I'm going to be talking about education more than anything. But still, people just don't want our voice. They don't. Because anything that's going to come out of our mouths is going to be politically incorrect. And it should be politically incorrect given the black experience that began with slavery. And everybody knows it. And if they don't know it, they feel it. Deep inside of them, they feel it. People cringe. What is this man going to say? Oh my gosh. I wonder how many people within the Democratic Party, when Obama was rising, were cringing before he spoke. What is he going to say? What is he not going to say? So all I have to say is, be prepared for what's going to happen from now, from now till on. It is what it is. Be ready. We're not going to purposely try to put anybody down, right? We're bigger than that. But we're going to put our viewpoints out there. Take it easy. God bless.